now that I know the camera's running. It's been a while since my last video. I know this, and I do apologize. I know that 2 or 3 of you might actually look forward to my videos. I do have reasons. A lot of them. In short, I lost my job, did a shitload of traveling, and then had a bunch of computer problems. My job was a seasonal thing, so it was no surprise when I was let go. I was told that they were going to try to keep me all winter if possible, but the brass came down and said, nope, let them go. So I finished out my 2 weeks, and that was it. Now, in a strange turn of events, I had more free time while I was employed than I did after I got fired. And that was largely due to my own choices. I did a lot of traveling. I had told Liz I would go see her whenever I was between jobs. Quite frankly, I couldn't afford to take a week off work to drive all the way up there, just mainly because I had already asked for a lot of time off, and I didn't want to be that guy that's constantly asking for time off. So once I was without a job, I started making plans, and the week before Thanksgiving, I drove up to Pennsylvania to hang out. Had a great time up there, saw some really old shit, it was really cool. Learned a lot about the beginning of the country. And when I got back, the day after I got back, she flew down for Thanksgiving. So we got to spend about 2 weeks together. It was pretty nice. And it was a little chilly anyway, so I wasn't really doing any writing to vlog. Plus, you know, when the girlfriend's in town, certain things take a back seat, you know. After she left, the following weekend, I went to meet a friend of mine in Lexington, Kentucky, which is a tiny-ass town. I hadn't seen the guy in about a year. He's an old friend of mine from Houston who moved to Ohio. And I was up there for a weekend. I actually vlogged the entire way up and the entire way back. I have like 8 hours worth of videos that I probably won't post. I might post 1 or 2 of them, but frankly, they're kind of boring. So I think what I'm going to do is try to rehash them again, and because some of the topics were kind of interesting. Not too long, I think it was a week or so after I got back from Lexington, I went down to Houston. And my trip to Houston was supposed to end right after Christmas. Now, I went down there to spend Christmas with the family and all that stuff. Well, Liz's New Year's plans started falling through, and she was planning on going to some party that was going to cost a couple of $100 per person to get into, which frankly sounded pretty awesome. But she said she couldn't get enough people involved to really make it worth it, so she would rather spend a couple of $100 and go to Houston and be with me for New Year's. So I was like, hey, hell yeah, let's do it. So she came down for about a week, and we had a lot of fun in Houston. I think she really enjoyed the trip. After she left, like the day I was dropping her off at the airport, the guy from Lexington, Jesse calls me and he says, hey, I know you're still in Houston. Are you going to be there for a few more days? And I was like, well, I wasn't planning on it, but so what? I was like, I can be, sure, why not? Why? And he says, well, something was going on with his wife. He had to drive his wife to Houston, and then he was going to fly back. So they're driving down on Friday and Saturday, and he was going to spend the night Saturday night and fly back on Sunday, and he wanted somebody to hang out with on Saturday. So me and him and one of his other friends got together and had some fun, and next thing I know, it's like January 10th, and I really kind of needed to get back, which I'll cover why I needed to get back in another video, probably the next one. So my trip to Houston had started out as a 2 or 3 week deal, just to hang out with some family and a couple of friends, and then go to whoops, then come back here. And everything just kept changing. So it's like, you know what? You don't get to go home, which is okay. I actually enjoyed it. I had a whole lot of fun. So that's part of the reason why you haven't seen anything from me in quite a while. Frankly, I've just been too damn busy and I haven't really been home much. But that is the way it goes sometimes, especially when you don't have shit else to do. You know, when you can afford to go away for a month, you do it sometimes. So yeah, hopefully you guys all had a good Christmas and a good Thanksgiving. I know I certainly did. Would be hard pressed to find a better way to spend the two holidays. But yeah, apparently the bike still runs fine. This is not the first time I've ridden since I went to Lexington, but it's actually the second time I've gone out specifically to make a video. I've ridden 2 or 3 times since then. The weather lately has really been fucking with me. This is the first day that I can think of where it's been both sunny and over 55. I don't really mind riding when it's colder than shit, but here lately it's just been difficult to find the it's been difficult to find the inspiration and the desire to go ride when it's like 40 degrees outside, which lately, if it's been sunny, it's been in the 30s and 40s, and if it's been in the 50s or 60s, it's been fucking raining. And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to go for a ride in the rain just for the sake of making a video. The weather's been a bit of an issue.